Okay, let me tell you what I just did. Now, maybe crazy, maybe spur of the moment, which I agree probably was, but I think it's going to be worth it. So, I'm leaving a parking lot where I just sold the OnePlus 13. Now, I sold the OnePlus 13 because the new OnePlus 13T is now officially official. Right? We had leaks in the past leading up to today that we knew it was eventually going to get launched. We knew that it was just a matter of time before it was announced. And this morning it was announced. So that's all I needed. Now, we'll get to if it's going to be released in the US, but I guess I am rolling the dice by just selling the OnePlus 13. But I'm definitely gonna get this OnePlus 13T. And the cameras, it's gonna have a pair of 50 megapixel sensors on the back, and the third sensor, I believe, is I don't remember what the third sensor is, but it will have 3 sensors on the back. And I like this design. It's squared, it's boxy. It does not have the quad nano curved display that the OnePlus 13 has. It's going to have the box frame, sort of like the OnePlus 13R, where it's completely flat display on the front, completely flat back panel, and flat sides. So I love it. I cannot wait for this thing to come out. It should be IP69 waterproof rating. I'm assuming. We have not gotten any leaks on that, but getting back to the performance, it scored just slightly, just a few points under its bigger brother, the OnePlus 13. Now, the only concern that I have is heating. Now, I know I've had it now numerous devices with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, and the only device that did overheat was the S25 Ultra. The OnePlus 13 stayed cool as the other side of the pillow. No issues whatsoever with that, so I'm hoping this will be the same, because the chipset can and does overheat on certain devices. Not all, but some. All right. But check this out. So if you go to the Geekbench scores, which it scored like just under 3,100 points in the single core performance. I think it was like 3,098 or 3,087 for the single core performance. Now the multi-core score was like 9,300. I'll display what they scored so you know the exact scores. But look at the gigahertz. So they not necessarily tuned it down because you know that Oppo Find N5, that razor thin foldable that Oppo came out with, it's running the Snapdragon 8 Elite, except it's missing a core. It's missing a core. Now that's because it's so paper thin they don't want it to overheat. So it's actually the Oppo Find N5, that super thin foldable, actually has a 7-core Snapdragon 8 Elite. Now this new OnePlus 13 has all 8 cores, but it looks like to me that they underclocked it just by 1/10 of a gigahertz, right? It looks like they just ever so slightly underclocked it, and I think that's why it just got barely under the scores by a few points of the OnePlus 13, and that's okay, right? It's still going to perform well. It performs badass, but I think the reason why they did that is to make sure that it doesn't overheat, because when you take a phone that's so powerful, especially a chipset that's so powerful as the Snapdragon 8 Elite, and you basically crunch it down into a smaller size, what do you have to worry about? It's physics, right? You got to worry about heat dissipation. There's not enough room for that heat to dissipate. Now, it's going to have a big vapor chamber. We all know that. OnePlus is famous for putting big vapor chambers in phones, so it will have a vapor chamber. I just think they did that as a precaution, right? Just to make sure it doesn't get too hot and or overheat. But that's fine, right? I mean, it's just like 1/10 of a gigahertz, so it's really not much to even talk about. But I did want to bring that up for everybody. But very excited. Now, don't know if it's coming to the United States, so maybe I sold my just left to meeting that person. They were happy now. They were very happy, and it's a great phone. I'm definitely going to miss it, but I'm very excited for this. And I was close to pulling the trigger on, was it last week, on a S25, just the base model S25. I thought, I want a small phone, right? And I'm not going to get the Pixel 9 Pro because I already have a Pixel 9 Pro XL, right? So I already have why would I have two Pixels of the same model? Like, whatever. Anyways, there's been no official word. So they did say it will launch globally, but no word on the United States. Now, with these tariffs, that's going to be another discussion. So again, I am kind of rolling the dice selling that OnePlus 13 in hopes that OnePlus is going to launch the OnePlus 13T here in the United States, and they might have a small limited edition again, where maybe over these next 2 months where their phones are tariff-free, maybe did it work out perfect for them? It worked out perfect for them if they take advantage of this, of these 2 months where they just load up on OnePlus stock. I don't know where their headquarters are in the United States. I'm assuming it's in either New York, probably in California, right? But they should come to Texas. Shoot, no taxes here. It's better on the businesses. Anyways, I'm kind of biased, obviously. I'm driving in Texas, but there's a possibility that they could send, over these next 2 months, send a boatload of OnePlus 13Ts, wherever they have their headquarters here, wherever their warehouse is, stock up here in the United States, and when the tariffs come back, say, oh, that's it. That's all we're going to sell in the U.S. Now, that would raise the prices for the OnePlus 13T because it comes down to supply and demand, right? So when the supply is low and the demand is high, prices go up. When the demand is low and the supply is high, prices go down. So prices will go up. Now, there was no word on pricing. I am expecting this to come in. Now, remember, this is a true flagship. Like, there's nothing mid-range about it. So I'm expecting it to possibly be $799. Now, OnePlus is always cheaper than, like, if you get a OnePlus 13, I think they put them up for sale for $899 at launch? Basically $899, right? I'm expecting this one to come in at launch at $799, $800. And then once the pre-sale goes away, probably bump up to $899, $900. That's what I'm guessing. Nothing confirmed. I don't have any word on anything. That's just what I'm guessing. So it will be worth it. I think this is going to be a phenomenal device. I think they're going to sell a ton of these. I think there's a market for small phones, meaning I think there's enough people out here that would like a true flagship phone, because that's one of the reasons why I don't have a small phone, is because traditionally Pixel, now they just started having a pro version of the small phone and a pro version of their big phone. They did not traditionally do that. Now, Samsung has always had, with their S lineup, the S25, S24, have always had a small, medium, and large. However, Samsung used to always put a smaller RAM variant in the base S25 model, S24, S23. Used to always put a smaller RAM amount in the small flagship. And they used to use old UFS storage in their small flagship, while the medium and large versions had the newer UFS storage. That's how fast your phone internally can read and write data, right? And that plays a ginormous part in how your device performs. Well, OnePlus is not cutting corners. And again, that's why I did not get a small phone in the past, just because, why would I do that? Why would I get a less performing phone that has inferior hardware to its counterpart, or to its older siblings, right? Bigger siblings. So this will be the first. I don't know. Is it the first? Now, obviously, I'm talking about Androids. Obviously, Apple has their iPhone 16 Pro. That's a small flagship. But I'm talking on the Android side. I know there's Chinese phones out there, and I know somebody's gonna write in the comments, probably a Chinese phone. And I'm not too familiar with all the certain models and all this and all that, just because I'm in America and they don't really promote that stuff over here. But on the American side, I don't think there has been a true small flagship device. This might be the very first. And if I have that wrong, please correct me. Has there been a small flagship phone in America where it does not cut corners on any specs? I'm talking any specs, right? I'm not talking about its flagship that has less UFS storage or older UFS storage, or it's a current flagship small phone, but it has less RAM. No. This is going to be every line, every spec line on that spec sheet you look at, it's going to be flagship, right? Just not the screen size, meaning the dimensions. So very excited. I'll get out of here on that, but I am looking to live stream again soon. I've been very, very busy, guys, and I do apologize, but I want everybody, if you're interested, I'm building a couple of sites, but if you're interested in unlocking iPhones, unlocking Android devices, and I'm talking about network unlocking, I'm talking about removing iCloud locks, I'm talking about removing a blacklist, a lost and found status. I know how to do all that. I've been doing that for the last 11 years. And I'm giving everybody the game for free. At least for now, it's for free. Now, I just created a new website and a new YouTube channel. So the brand name is The Unlocker. The Unlocker. So I'll put links for The Unlocker in the description box below of this video. But I'm going to be spending time on there. That's what I was doing yesterday, recording some videos, putting content on the website. So I'm basically going to show how to unlock phones, right? And you're not going to have to pay like $600. I saw there was a course on Corsica. I think it's Corsica, right? Where you can like sell courses, online courses. Thought about doing that, but and maybe I will in the future if it gets real popular. Maybe I'll sell memberships on the YouTube channel, but I'm going to link it down below. I show how to unlock everything, iPhone, Android. If you lose a phone, I'll show you how to get it back working. I'm talking about like the network. If they blacklist it, iCloud removals, find my iPhone. If you buy unknowingly, if you buy a stolen iPhone, like somebody steals it and sells it to you, won't get any service, right? Well, I can show you how to get service back on it. Again, I've been doing this. I don't really talk about it on this channel, but I'm a professional iPhone unlocker. I don't think I've ever mentioned that on my eSIM Studios YouTube channel. Well, I do a lot of things. I don't just do one thing for income. I do a lot of things. I do YouTube. I do iPhone unlocking. I have 2 iPhone unlocking websites. I have 2 Google AdSense websites that I earn money on. And I build and sell websites as well. So that's why when I say I got a lot going on, I got a lot going on. Plus I gotta go do my taxes right now. Yikes. So go to the Unlocker. I'm gonna put links for it in the description box below. There's a website that I'm actually uploading videos to, and there is a YouTube channel that I'm going to go live on. I'm going to do live instructions. I'm going to upload videos. I think I have like 2 or 3 uploaded right now, and I'm going to upload another 2 or 3 later today or tomorrow, showing you how to do everything. So hit that up, and see you on the next one. Let me know if you're going to get, or if you're interested in the OnePlus 13T. I think this is going to be pretty popular. Let me get out of here. I'm rambling. Take care. Peace out.